Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Papaw's place. Guys, this morning we finna do a little garden update for y'all, but I got a couple of early birthday and early Father's Day presents here I want to try out this morning. One thing I got here is this Vevor tent canopy. Put right out here over my outside garden sink. That way I got some shade when I'm out here, because guys, it gets hot. And my sink over here didn't have no shade around it. So I'll show y'all a little up close about the tent during my little walk through with my gardening video. But it's a pretty nice tent compared to the ones I've owned. I've owned different brands, and this one here is pretty well made. But also I got this shaker, 20 volt. It's got the little hedger here where you can remove the little hedger, take it off. And I don't know what you properly call that, but this is what I'm interested in, because right now I'm into dehydrating some of my herbs and stuff. And instead of using scissors and stuff, I'm gonna see how well this works on cutting my herbs. Like I said, that's a shaker, 20 volt lithium battery charger. You can adjust the head in case you like holding it at a different angle. But we finna go try this out on collecting me some herbs to put in my dehydrator. Because every year I like to dehydrate me up about a pint jar of all my different herbs: lemon balm, spearmint, peppermint, garlic chives, onion chives, parsley, all of it. I like having that dehydrated to cook with. So we're gonna go be trying this out, and we're gonna give y'all a walkthrough update on the garden. But I'm gonna go on and tell you, and y'all know as always, anything I'm using, just like this Vevor tent, if you think you're interested in it, or you need a tent and you'd like to check this one out, I'm gonna have a Amazon affiliated link in the description below my videos. There's always Amazon affiliated links in the description below my videos. I ain't trying to sell a person nothing, but if you're interested in what you seeing me use, you can go down there and click that link. Now, I do get a few pennies on a dollar, but the price ain't an increase for you. It's the same price if you go straight to Amazon and purchase it, but it does help me out a little bit over time. So that's why I put stuff I have and like that. Helps my viewers out. They can click on it and go straight through it, and who knows, over time it may make me $2. Guys, I ended up with another beautiful bed of zinnias this year. We're gonna start on this row right here this morning. That's our Italian parsley. Our strawberries. This is the ones I planted this spring. I've been just keeping the blooms pinched off and the runners cut off of them. You can see they done took hold and growing good. These next ones here is the ones that I'd already had from last fall. And I done got about between these 3 tubs and my other little bed over there y'all see after a while, I done got about 6 to 8 quarts. I know I got 5 quarts in the freezer, and that's enough for a batch of strawberry jam. Martha Washington asparagus. Thyme. Right there's with some cornflowers planted behind it. The cornflowers they must like a lot of heat, because they just now starting to grow back there. Some more of the spring planted strawberries. You can see that it's got a little berry on it. That runner needs cut. And this is wildflower corner, I call it. It's starting to bloom and get pretty. I don't know if that right there was a seed in the wildflower pack or that's some kind of wild weed. Whatever that is, I know grows around this part of the country. I always thought it was some kind of weed. So if y'all know what that is, y'all can tell me. I don't know if that's a wildflower. It needs to be left there or something that needs to be pulled out. It kind of fills in the wildflower corner back here though. Muscadines, guys. Let me show y'all how loaded these jokers is gonna be. I mean, they are just, if these all don't fall off and make muscadines, these vines is gonna be loaded to the gill this year. And they pretty much, all of them are loaded like that. Both rows. Now that's 4 different varieties if you're a new viewer. That's Noble, Cowart, Icing Plus, and Southern Land. These I think are going on, this will be their 3rd year. They was purchased from Icing Nursery. And guys, y'all see the new addition to my garden? That's a Vevor canopy tent. And I put it up right out here over my sink because it's finna get hot. And that sink right there is where I wash a lot of my stuff before I take it up to my outside kitchen, I call it, my dirty kitchen. And this tent here, I've owned several of these tents, but guys, if y'all interested in tents, y'all might need to check this Vevor out. It's got some, see, it's got good heavy duty latches here instead of them little push buttons. Them little push buttons, hard to get lined up with the hole, but this one got good heavy duty latches on it. A good canopy. Comes with your tie downs. You got the bent top on it. Also, it comes with the bag that once you fold it up, you can put it back in the bag. And it comes with 4 good bags. It's got 4 bags that velcros onto the legs that you can fill up with sand. And they velcro onto your legs in case you want to use this somewhere you don't want to tie it down. But I'll put a link in the description below in case you're interested in a canopy. Since it's getting summertime, you can go check this out. But I will say this is one of the better made ones that I've ever owned. We've bought several of these things over the years from Walmart, Academy Sports and stuff like that. But this is one of the better made ones. Guys, I had to come back and add this part in my video because I went to edit my video and I forgot to show y'all. The tent comes with a good little storage bag. Once it folds up, it all fits in this bag just right. It's even got 2 little wheels on it. That way you can grab a hold of it and roll it to your car or whatever. But this tent here came with something that no other tent that I've ever purchased come with. It's got 4 bags right here. Good heavy duty bags, a Velcro top that you can fill up with sand. And then they Velcro to your legs. I'm gonna show you how they Velcro them on there, but I ain't gonna fill it up with sand in case you're gonna be using this tent somewhere just say sitting on the beach or somewhere where you ain't gonna tie it down. I thought that was pretty cool that they send these bags, cause I ain't never purchased a tent of any other brand that come with these little bags. So how they work, you would just fill them up with sand, close the top of them, they Velcro, and then you would just Velcro them to your post down here. Of course the bag would be standing up because it's full of sand. And they would just Velcro to the legs. You got your little pins that pins it to the ground, which that don't do no good if you're on the beach. But these sandbags here would Velcro to that just like there. You would take one of the strings that come with it and tie to this bag, and that'd be holding the weight down on the top onto the legs. Like I said, I've never purchased another tent. I ain't saying it ain't no other brands out there, but I've never purchased one that sent you some sandbags like that. If you go to the beach, of course, you can just dump your sand back out. These fold up neat and go in your carrying pouch. But at the very end of today's video, I'm gonna show a little clip of me and my wife and Colton putting up this tent. But now it ain't no step-by-step how-to, because the directions that come with this is very self-explanatory and it's very easy to put up. But we did have a little more complications because me being in this sink and the post, we couldn't spread it all the way out. We had to spread it out, put our top on, then we had to pick it up, lift it over to the sink, and then finish spreading it out. But I'm gonna put that little clip at the end just for the fun of it. But y'all go check out the tent. Amazon link in the description below the video. Green egg squash, guys. I give y'all a shot of a harvest I done yesterday morning of everything. But these green egg squash just produce. There's one right there. By this thing, and it'll be, it's actually big enough now. But been getting about every other day, getting 2 or 3 off of it. And y'all can see there's gonna be 2 to 3 tomorrow morning, or this thing, and there's 2 right up in there. Rainbow chard still going good. It ain't got too hot for it. Prism kale, still going good. It's pretty heat tolerant. Red Russian kale. You can see I got some yellowing down here at the bottom I need to pluck out. But that's from me giving it a little too much water. My Yukon potatoes here, they ain't gonna be but a few more days. I dig these 3 beds of Yukon potatoes. You can see they done got pretty rough looking and dying back. I think they getting up around a 90-day mark. Here's my extra tomato plants I was just trying out in the beds, cause I ain't never planted none in a big bed like this. That's the Homestead. You can see she loaded down with tomatoes up in there. More tomatoes up top, more blooms. That's our Kellogg's breakfast over here on this side. It ain't got just a few tomatoes on it. It's starting to bloom a little bit. And this right here was an extra Cherokee. It's got a pretty good bit of tomatoes down in there. More blooms on top. So what I wanted to do with these guys is just let them grow and just they'll start falling over. Well, these 2 that's indeterminate, that's a Homestead's a determinate. These here, I'm gonna just let them fall over and let them go and see what happens. Kind of a little experiment for Papaw. Zucchinis. We We've been getting zucchinis. There's a zucchini right there needs to be picked. Nothing right there needs to be pulled off. Guys, I've been overwatering. When you overwatering, they'll start getting soft on them before they get ready. There's 2 zucchinis need to be picked this morning. More than 2. Here's another one. So the zucchini bed has been producing well. That little pot there, I just planted some chamomile in. There my purple hull pink eyes, put in there just for ground cover. And an update on the mints. Of course, it's still going, and my other tomatoes back there on the back. Them other tomatoes, they'll start blooming and putting on more when it gets a little hotter, because they getting in a lot of shade. So the temperature needs to come on up for them. This is the other bed of strawberries I was telling you between these. This little bed right here and them 3 pots over there. I've got about, I know of 5 quarts in the freezer, and I know we done eat several of them. But guys, the corn. I know some of you wants to see the corn. Well, the way things are going right now, I'm gonna get an ear for every stalk, and some of them's got 2 ears. That one got 2 right there, obvious. I've seen several more. That one right there is making 2 ears. Several of them making 2 ears per stalk. As long as I do my part, keep them watered and fed, we're gonna have us a bed of corn, sweet corn. That's peaches and cream. So that old saying that most people tell you, ain't good to raise corn in a bed, you need it in a patch. Well, like I said, that's why I wanted to do this. I couldn't see why you couldn't raise corn in a bed as long as you got enough stalks there to pollinate each other. So guys, if you don't know, and I know I got a lot of new viewers and gardeners, your pollination comes from all your up top here. And when the wind blows, you see that fall down? It's got to fall down and get on your silks. And that's what pollinates the kernels of your corn to make kernels on your cobs. Now what you can do is just take a stick or something, which you don't want to do it in the morning like it is right now with heavy dew, but after things dry, come out here and just shake them and make that fall down and pollinate them silks. And we're gonna see what the outcome is, but right now it's looking awesome. Now my asperbrock broccoli, it's done getting warm. We can still see we can get some off of it. Broccolini, if you want to call it that, but it's going to flower. Ain't gonna be but just a few more days. I'm gonna clean that out. I think that's the last thing that I got of a cool weather crop left in my garden. Like I said, it ain't gonna be but a couple of days that's gonna be taken out. There's my little tropical sunset planted in the barrel over here. But guys, y'all can see the difference when we look at the other tropical sunset over there that's planted in the ground. How much different tomatoes growing in a good ground soil than they do in containers. There's my little goldy ground cherries. In case you ain't never seen ground cherries, when the husk turns yellow, they fall off on the ground, or like I just touched that one and it fell. See, it ain't totally ripe because it didn't fall all by itself. Some of these right here is falling off before they turning yellow like they need to be in the inside. That right there, it'll still be a little tart. It ain't ready enough. Yeah, that one was a little tart. So they still need a few more days, but they getting close. But some of them's falling off and they ain't ready yet. But you can see a lot of them up in there. They turning yellow. See, that's still too green. It's just a little garden snack. Sweet basil, lemon balm. After I got my radishes out of here, I took this holy basil that was down there in these pots and planted up here. Onions. Beets. Let's pull a beet and see if we're getting anywhere. Looks like I'm growing some good beet tops, but I don't know about no beet bottoms. Yeah, they starting to grow. Beautiful tops though. They may make it. Guys, this is something here right here I'm trying for the first time, called lemon cucumber. If you ever tried a lemon cucumber or grown them, put it in the comments and let me know. That's just something I'm trying. I like trying different things, something new every year. I seen them and picked up the seeds, and once they make a cucumber, we're gonna do a video on what it tastes like. After these beds, all the lettuce and cabbage and all that come out, I had some extra eggplants I planted in there, but you can see there's something eating this one up. I'm gonna have to start doing a little more spraying than I've been doing. I had some extra peppers I've just put in this bed. Some extra watermelons I threw in this bed. In this bed here, I just planted some peas in. They ain't even sprouted yet. I just done that yesterday or day before yesterday. And then that other one back there's got purple hole, pink eyes. Like I said, we can eat some of them, but the main reason I want to cover crop on everything. But guys, y'all see this cucumber? This is the early spring cucumber. I tried it year before last, but the year before last, I think I tried it on a little trellis. This year I tried it in a pot, and I'm gonna pull it out. Year before last, every one I tried to eat was bitter tasting, and this year, I said, well, I'll try them again since I had the seeds. They bitter tasting. So them there will get pulled out. I'm not even gonna fool with keeping them going. As a matter of fact, you can see I done quit even watering the pot. They turning yellow because I knew I'm finna pull them out, but I wanted to show them on a video. Now, if you ever grown these early spring cucumbers and you have luck with them, please let me know in a comment, or if you ever grown them and yours is bitter tasting, let me know. Like I said, this is the second time I've tried them, and they just too bitter to taste. Now, you know, on a lot of cucumbers, you'll get some that's bitter occasionally, and it has something to do with your watering. But these was getting watered just right. Like I said, this ain't just cause I'm growing them in the pot this year. When you cut every one of them you try and they bitter, they got to go. The eggplants, now that we got our warm weather, but this morning's spring weather this morning, it's 59 when I get up at daylight. Here we are, 1st of June. But the eggplants is starting to grow, putting on some blooms down through there. Our peppers is finally starting to put on some little blooms. But it ain't been hot. We still been having a lot of cool nights. Our peppers, they still on the small side. But the squash, the yellow squash, guys. Now, some of you watch me year after year. Y'all know last year I couldn't grow a yellow squash. The year before that I had them just like this, squash coming out my ears. Last year I couldn't grow them because the vine borers. By the time they get to making squash, look at the squash in there, guys. Like I said, I'm gonna put a screenshot up of what I harvested yesterday. But they are loaded down. And last year I couldn't grow a yellow squash, couldn't even get them to eating size because the vine borer would come and get in my vines and kill them. But this year's squash year for me. Watermelons. Colton's gonna have him some watermelons, yeah. At least he's got a pretty patch of heavy vines. But we have watermelons, guys. I wished he was here this morning. He's so proud of these watermelons. We'll show you one of the first ones, since it's easy to get to. There's one of the first watermelons. If I ain't mistaken, that's gonna be that Smith County watermelon. But you can see there's some more of them up in there. Several little bitty marble sized ones on the vines right now. There's some back up in there. I know it's hard y'all see them on the camera, but the Smith counties is making watermelons. Which all of them, you can see little bitty watermelons on them if they just continue and make it. Papaw does his part and keeps them watered and fed. Now this one down here may be, I don't know if it's supposed to be the gold on gold or this is one of the white ones. All the vines white inside, the silver Yamato. All these vines is running together. I don't know which ones is which. But he's got him a watermelon crop this year. If he was here, he'd tell you. Red ones, orange ones, yellow ones, white ones. He's proud of his watermelons. Cucumbers, as always, the summer dance cucumbers ain't let me down. I've yet to this day, I better knock on wood. 3 years of growing these, I've never had one be bitter. And they've been raised in the ground. Last year was in that water trough bed growing up that trellis. They've never let me down. Y'all can see the flat Italian green beans is coming on up, starting to make blooms. Christmas lima beans, getting the trellis covered, starting to get blooms on them. My elephant garlic there, it's about time for me to get that up out, pull it up. It'll be the first time I've ever grown garlic. I pulled one the other day, it had a bulb about that big around. Wasn't what I was hoping for, but better than nothing. That's my, like I said, this is my first year to ever grow garlic. Garlic chives, snapdragon flowers. I just planted some flowers in that little pot. Then down through there we got our cilantro or dill or parsley or oregano, some sage. Some more snapdragons. Some little forget-me-nots in the water tower there. Waterfall, whatever you want to call it. some marigolds. Here's my Hycenator tomato that's down here. Just putting on some more little tomatoes. I don't know. I don't see nothing that's gonna win no big tomato contest. Like I said, usually the tomato that grows the biggest in my experience is one of the first ones that set on the plants. Well, if it is, that's it right there, and it ain't big enough. But I got some more outside. See, guys, these were them squash that I planted the seeds straight in the ground. Look at the squash on them. They little. There's one over there. About this thing and be big enough for. We like getting our squash when they're little and tender. Guys, last night, and there be this evening too. We like getting them little. Man, we fried them up yesterday evening sitting out here while kids were swimming. Papaw and Sugar was over there frying up some squash and onions just for midday snacks. Oh, they were so good. There's my garden storage, guys. Some of you new and ain't never seen it. Them Vevor Dex boxes. Makes good storages. If you ain't got a real garden shed. Thought one day I'd get a real garden shed, but don't look like that's happening anytime soon. My upside down fairy tale eggplant. And guys, I can tell y'all the problem with this upside down in these buckets. And it ain't even hot yet. When it gets hot, you're probably gonna have to water this mess 2 times a day, especially with a tomato in it. But you can get it loading down with blooms. The fairy tale here and the carnival blend little peppers here. And starting to make some peppers and more blooms. They ain't as bad on the water. Them little tomatoes on the other end. I was working the other day and didn't water them for 2 days and they don't look too good. We're going to have to go to the other end so the sun ain't in our face. There are my randomly sunflowers that come up. But guys, that's the valerian root. Planted a bad it. I didn't know if it was going to come up, but finally when it started getting warm weather, they started shooting up. This brandywine tomato right here. Put on some few tomatoes down here on the bottom. Well, it's got some, there's more up in there now that I see them little clusters. I couldn't say it ain't putting on no tomato. It's starting to make more blooms and stuff up top now. The little upside down tomato, you can look how yellow it is, guys. Yeah. You can't go 2 days and not water these, and it ain't even hot yet. This here's for people to hang around their carport. Maybe they ain't got no room for a garden, just want to grow something. This is, you got to stay on top of it, but you see I didn't. I need to cut all that yellow off. I mean, it is getting several little tomatoes on it, but that's the super sweet 100. I keep getting confused on what I got planted. That's the super sweet 100. And this is the world's smallest tomato, the little spoon tomato. There they are. Supposedly that's as big as they gonna get. But like I said, you can see Papaw wasn't on his game. These cans dry out too quick, especially with tomato plants in them. pink eye purple hulls is making a big jump. Yeah, they are. Collard greens, cantaloupe. We found some few little cantaloupes. They got a lot of blooms on them though. Brussels sprouts. You can see how much they're growing if you watched the last video. They getting a little bigger and a little bigger. We just let them keep going and see. Okra's starting to pop up good. The guys like today, like I said, it's 59 degrees when I get up this morning. This okra don't like them cold nights. And we've been still having a lot of cool nights. We've had a real spring this year, all the way up to June. But I see what? I see something right over here. Miss Lippy ain't gonna want to see this. These are these hostinators. There's some pretty good sized maters right down there. Pretty good sized mater right there. That's them hostinators. You can see them Roman tomatoes are loading down. They've never let me down. I don't know what variety. All I know is them Romas. I saved seeds off of some Romas I got in 2020, and I've been planting them every year. Here's the Cherokee. I don't know if that's a double. Oh, I thought that was a double tomato growed together. It ain't growed together. These red snappers is looking good. Two. There's your quick look at the hostinators. Gonna be several tomatoes on the first picking. They're still making more blooms. Maybe they'll make me another one. Some more. These is the roasters. Y'all know I'm comparing these Sakata brand tomatoes. The roaster hostinator, which is STM 2255. And the red snappers this year. They all looking good. Looking good, looking good. Still the red snapper to me's got the best looking plant. As far as the tomatoes on it, right now at this point, looking like the red snappers and the hostinators is about a tie for tomatoes on the plants. The roaster's coming in third place as far as the amount of fruit on the vine. I don't know, it ain't gonna be far behind though. You get to looking up in there. I don't know, we'll see. So guys, that's the little tour update of the garden, but I have to ask. I want to know, honestly know, what y'all think about that sweet corn growing in that round bed. I've seen so many of these people on YouTube saying, don't grow corn in the bed, plant it in a plot. You did have a plot so big to raise corn. I don't know about y'all, but I'm thinking there's gonna be some ears of corn there in a few more weeks. Y'all let me know if y'all on my side or y'all rooting for the ones that say you can't do it. If you're rooting for me, at least give me a thumbs up down there and I know what y'all talking about. But I'm gonna get over here and wash my herbs up now that I can stand out here under the, have me some shade, ain't in the bald open sun. Used to, I'd take it up there and then usually there's dishes and stuff up there. I had to move out of the way from where we done cooked, like we cooked yesterday afternoon out there. Now I can wash up stuff out here and stay good and cool with my Vevor tent. Y'all ought to go check them out if you're interested in a canopy. Also this little hedger here. If y'all got one of these here, tell me some other stuff y'all do with it. Like I said, that was a pretty good little birthday gift, because I can use it for a lot of stuff out in the garden quicker and easier than using a pair of scissors. I could take this right here when it comes time to prune them muscadines there. I'll get it out here in a minute. When it gets time to prune them muscadines this winter, I can put this little bar right here on there. And see, I ain't out here snipping, and I ain't out here with the bigger hedger. This here's all I need to prune them muscadines. I can run down through there and just get her done. But it's time for me to go get another cup of coffee this morning, guys, and I hope y'all have a great day and a blessed week. See y'all next time. Come help Papaw put up this tent. Guys, today we've been to put up a Vevor Canopy tent right over my sink right here. Can you grab this corner, Colton? I can. And walk that way? Pick it and pull it that way. We might have to get Sugar over here to help us. Help me. This is easier for two people. It's like a diamond shape. Yeah, but now we're going to stick the cover on before we raise it on up. No, one more time. There we go. Just set it over it. Now see. You go over the sink. Now walk to your left, your right, I mean. Right there. Got Velcro on it. I'm assuming they Velcro to that top. It ain't all the way out, no wonder. It done pop back down. Oh, God. There. I get them straight after I get it out. This is when you pop this up, pulls that. Now, I think come back, bring his post right up against there. Can you grab it in the middle like this and walk forward? I kind of wanted to pick both sides up.